The following is a presentation of the Belly Up Sports Media Network.
Every time? Ladies and gentlemen, it's time. It's Thursday. It's Korner Pregame.
You ready? No debate, cause it's off. I'm too official, got the drip, I got the sauce. Bring the proof when it's time to tell the truth. I'll be at the corner booth, find me in the corner booth, yeah. Still standing and defiant. Slay the competition, cause I'm walking like a giant. Bring the proof when it's time to tell the truth. I'll be at the corner booth, find me in the corner booth, corner booth.
I see as well. Kate, I feel like I have not officially said this. I've tiptoed around it. Kate, will you marry me?
Do I have to answer now? Or
No, you have time. You can think about it. You can think about a way to say no without hurting my feelings if you want.
Oh
lovely. I'll send you a letter.
Just don't even.
Okay, cool. Thank you, Shannon. I'll send you my address later so you can send it to my house.
Yeah, I'm never giving you my address. I don't want you getting that close.
Oh, I know.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into the Corner Booth podcast. Oh, Corner Booth Pregame. Holy shit, it is Thursday. I'm your host, Jared Clem, alongside my amazing co-host, Mr. Matt Ordazzo, the TikTok sensation himself. Matty, how are we doing tonight?
We're doing well. Everybody is doing better than Joe Mixon right now, as we all just found out. But
break some news, baby. Break some news.
Other than that, according to multiple reports, Joe Mixon is wanted by the police, has an arrest warrant out for him on charges of aggravated menacing. I don't even know what that means. After allegedly pointing a gun at a woman, according to multiple reports. Apparently, he had a woman at gunpoint, and now he has a warrant out for his arrest. So I guess it's a good thing they're not in the Super Bowl because they would be riding Samaje Perine in a week. And then Aaron Rodgers, any day now, should be a New York Jet.
What cracks me up about all this is just like, everyone hit me up about this Eagles player who's did all these horrible things. I didn't even know this guy was even on our practice squad. Like Joe Mixon's what this dude did is fucking horrible. His name's Joe Toole, whatever his fucking name is.
Oh, Sills.
Joe Stills, whatever. Piece of garbage. He's gonna be arrested. Great, awesome.
Yeah.
But Joe Mixon,
is he on the practice squad? I was like, if you don't know who he is, he's not important.
Yeah. This man is not relevant whatsoever. I'm trying to find the freaking what's it called, just so I can share our link on Facebook. And also joining us, one of our guests tonight is host of the Rising to the Occasion podcast, my partner in crime when it comes to podcast development, ladies and gentlemen, Josh Mahler.
How's it going?
Listen, he always starts off kind of quiet, but just wait. He hits you with a haymaker out of nowhere, and it's a little unnerving. And, of course, also joining us, host of the High Low Sports podcast. This man, I let this guy slide with so much crap. It's okay. He's my boy. One of the only realistic Cowboys fans I've ever met in my life. The man, the myth, the legend, the host of the High Low Sports podcast, ladies and gentlemen, the Ernie to DJ's Bert. Kelsey, go ahead.
I still don't know if we're settled on which one's Ernie and which one's Bert at this point in time.
I mean, you are taller, but he's a little leaner than you are. That's why I made the joke. But
that's fair. I guess we'll go with that. We'll stick with that for now.
I'm just trying to be like real, trying to visually what works, because it's like, I mean,
yeah. Let me go ahead and correct you. Co-host for DJ's sake. I don't know how. I'll be honest. I don't know how much hosting duties I actually do on the show. I kind of let DJ just do his thing, and I'm just there for
smart. Even on this show, DJ kind of just starts taking over at certain points, so we just kind of let him roll with it.
To be fair, it's not like it goes off the wrong path anywhere.
Oh no, never. And the best part about it is that we, when DJ has actually a higher attendance record than everyone except me and Matt, Kevin for a few years, and that's actually pretty impressive at this point.
Touche. That hurts though.
I invite you on the show. Sometimes you can't make it. I don't take it personally though.
Oh no, I mean I'm just saying that hurts just because it's so fresh. So man, I was worried today. I got caught in traffic on my way back from.
I'm just happy you made it,
games. Cavs games completely forgot that people care about Cavs games considering how good they are. And like, I hadn't dealt with traffic all year. And all of a sudden it's like, oh, by the way, you're going to sit in 55 minutes of traffic on your way back from the grocery store. Good luck.
I love how also like basketball, like I completely forget it's basketball season. I mean, I bet like $3 on the Timberwolves to be upset the Warriors last night. I woke up this morning with like $5 extra in my DraftKings account.
You end up doing that 10 times and you lose $30.
I mean, no, actually it's weird. Like I'm 5-1 betting on my Wolves this year, just random like $1-2 like money line bets. I'm fucking roll with it, man.
I'm the opposite if I bet on the Jets. I'm 1-5.
I mean, well, and hey, listen, if anybody fucking bet on Thomas Edward Brady retiring this week, I would say you're crazy. But that's where we are.
I almost did.
So, who did?
I almost did. I was close.
Bet on that in Ohio?
Yeah, it's one of the prop off-season bets. It's you can bet on like retirement of like I think the next one's Aaron Donald. You got to it takes a lot of digging on their site, but yeah, it's like it's kind of one of those like they only really put it up there for certain people.
This dude's self-promoting. What a guy! What?
Shameless plug.
Shameless plug. Dude can't make my show because he's hosting. It's okay. He's been a no-show last 3 times I invited him, but it's okay. I'm not taking it personally.
Oh, I'm doing better than that at least. All right, we're good.
Listen, McCarthy, I love you. Yes. By the way, after you finish this show at 8:30, you might have to be a little late to Ryan's show, but check it out at 8:00. They're doing the Belly Up All Stars Super Hockey Show. I know I butchered the fuck out of that, but like, listen, hockey's fun as fuck. I just don't care about it until about April because I have everything from NFL to college basketball to the combine to deal with. So, but hockey's an amazing sport. Always love it. Also, around April, I start, watching these guys. So, also,
what guys? What was that? Sorry, can you show that again? The losers?
I mean,
bottom of the division.
We had half y'all payroll. And we had almost the same record as y'all. Like, I mean,
did you last year? Did you really have half of the Giants payroll? Because last year's Giants payroll.
Look how we paid is Madison Bumgarner and Ketel Marte. Everyone else is a rookie.
And the Giants paid only Brandon Crawford and Brandon Belt. Like, take your pick. Like, they didn't really pay a whole lot. Oh, sorry, let me phrase that. Jock Peterson, because
Johnny Cueto too. Aren't you still paying part of his contract?
Nope.
At least you don't have my team's payroll and you choke every time you get into the LDS or CS.
Jeez. All right. Well, we are obviously going to talk about some pre-NFL news today, but also we have a new segment we're breaking out before we talk Pro Bowl because I'm not going to bore Josh with the Pro Bowl talk. I promise 30 seconds of it, guys, because we kind of we don't have to. We do have to. I want to talk about because I'm actually excited for some of these events. Not gonna lie.
What's that? It's a skills competition tonight or today.
I mean, and then what? When's the flag football games? That Saturday or Sunday?
That's Sunday. Flag football.
Sunday, dude. Are you kidding me?
I don't care. That's the part I don't care about. I care about all the other events, but the flag.
I watched the celebrity flag game when like LeBron and KD did it. That was lit as fuck.
I mean, maybe celebrity, but I mean, like that's celebrities getting out on the field. This is a bunch of guys that are playing a sport that is designed to be violent. Let's not get around that. It's designed to be a little bit violent, and I'm okay with making it easy. But we're gonna go to flag football for this. That's boring.
Well, here's my thinking though. Like, as much as I would love to have the Pro Bowl go back to the days when Sean Taylor is taking punters' heads off, I'm just trying to make the best of the situation. Now, watching flag football, because I played in like adult flag football leagues for like the last couple of years, dude. Watching these games is fucking intense.
Maybe I mean, are they gonna do like the flag football official rules? Because I have watched some of the flag football league, and it is intense when you incorporate those rules.
I hope they do. It just really comes down. We don't know. Like, they haven't really. I mean, Peyton and Eli also I think they're being mic'd up too. It's just must watch TV anyway, unless you got sick of the Manning cast. I don't know. I love it. I'm all for it, honestly, at this point. 'Cause it's like, listen, nothing's worse than the shit show Pro Bowls we had like the last 5 years before they finally started to put a pin in this thing. So
I feel like ever since it's been in Hawaii, it's been just terrible. Not blaming Hawaii, just saying.
No, ever since they left for Orlando, they went back to Hawaii. It's been terrible.
Yeah, I don't know.
But then he had let's be honest. Like, are we really expecting an all-star football game to be that exciting. Like, I really, at the end of the day, like, am I expecting after the end of a season of these guys banging up on each other, beating each other down, to like really be that excited about a football game at the end that's exhibition that doesn't pay these guys anything really substantial? Maybe some of the rookies that pay substantially, but not the 10-year vet. So like those guys, like, do they really have to, like, am I really expecting to be entertained? No. But will I be entertained by the skills games? Yes.
Dude, like,
I think if
the
we're
old school
so
videos of him doing the long throws was like my favorite like clip I always see on NFL replay.
I love the skill challenges. I'm with you, but I feel like as far as the flag football goes, if we're so scared of these guys getting hurt, let's just name them Pro Bowlers. You know, similar to how we do it in college football. Just name them All Americans. Name them Pro Football. I mean, that's about as much as I feel like it is whenever you go to flag football, pretty much.
Yeah, and it doesn't really have much bearing on contracts anymore either. Like, they don't really put Pro Bowls in contract conversations anymore, because it's like even owners are like, yeah, like, that's no, we're not going to tie something that's so judicial because of the voting and everything else into it. Like, we're not going to tie that into your incentives.
It's just like participation at the end of the day. Now it's like, why is after this year, why is Derek Carr and Tyler Huntley Pro Bowlers?
See that?
I know it's just, I know it's all like substitutions, like people aren't going to be, and they throw it, but like, why is, like,
I love Derek Carr
because
it's memeing on the Vegas Raiders.
Like, I'm not, just to say, like, this guy right here, Fitzpatrick, this guy had an amazing 2015 season, didn't make the Pro Bowl, but why is Tyler Huntley in the Pro Bowl after like 7 games?
I don't know.
Because they asked every other AFC quarterback and they said no.
That's probably
the only team they didn't make it to was the New York Jets. That was the only team they didn't make it to before they finally got somebody.
God, I would hope that
Joe
Josh
Flacco
Allen is golfing.
to the Pro Bowl one last time.
If Joe Flacco or Mike White made the Pro Bowl, I don't even know. I would watch it. Chris Strevler got in after 15 attempts.
We should send Christian McCaffrey because he completed a pass this year. Or at least attempted to. He completed a regular season pass, but then that one pass in the NFC title game was just like looking like Brucey out of the longest yard.
I was ready. I was ready for him to start just like straight up 3-step dropping and firing dimes, but no, sadly.
Yeah, I mean the problem is, I mean, also, like, I have never seen, okay, knock on wood, right? I have never, like, besides maybe a concussion from Sean Taylor actually killing a punter, I haven't really, like, seen an actual, like, injury, like a bad one from the Pro Bowl. So
broken fingers all the time, but other than that, yeah.
Yeah, but like, come on,
I mean,
that's back in the day. That's back in the day.
Of mine at this point. The Pro Bowl used to be fun. Like, I don't know. I just put it in Hawaii, keep it in Hawaii, make it like a reason for the NFL, and also put it after the damn Super Bowl. Back in the day, that was like the thing. Leave this weekend for the college all-star games, promote the fuck out of those, because honestly, those are fun as fuck to watch. And like, make it after the season. If guys from the Super Bowl team want to go, they can still go. They have the option to opt out. Back in the day, I remember the 04 Pro Bowl. McNabb, David Akers, and Javon Curse and Brian Dawkins all went from the Eagles after they just lost the Patriots. It was kind of a little, what's it called? A little, I'd say, made me feel good seeing Akers outkick Vinatieri in a longest kick competition. That made me feel a little better as a 10-year-old kid who just got his heart ripped out. So, fucking McNabb, man. I forgive you, Donovan, but what the fuck?
I totally agree with Bud, too, on that comment, because, like, non-contact injuries, when you think of flag football, you're not twisting and turning the same way you do in regular football. These guys are going to be competitive in flag football. They're going to be twisting and turning in ways that they're not usually doing, and especially some of the elusive guys. So, I mean, I totally see something like that happening, and you see more injuries because of it, non-contact injuries.
I'll be worried. I'll be honest. I'm not worried about the elusive guys. I'm more worried about the guys that aren't supposed to be elusive, that are trying to be elusive because it is a flag football game. That's what I'm worried about. I'm worried about the guys that should not be trying to dance around, that get a ball in their hand and they're like, oh boy, it's time. No, it's not time. Let's pump the brakes. But that, I mean, yeah, that's exactly right. Like, non-contact injury is written across the board. They've stamped on the forehead of this one. Like, this is waiting for the end of the day. Like the old Jeff Foxworthy, here's your sign moment after somebody gets injured.
Yeah. My biggest thing is I mean, I want to get away from the Pro Bowl because, like, honestly, this is like, we've talked almost too much about this. I really hope, like, I really hope there's some meme worthy moments that's like my favorite part is like, since we are like a show that is an internet show, Rob, that comes next week. Okay. That comes next week during the Super Bowl show. By the way, folks, next week we will have a 2-hour Super Bowl preview show. Myself and Matt and Mason will be back, and we'll have an array of guests from different shows around Belly of Sports. It'll be our little homage to the Super Bowl, also because the guy who's below me right here, he's hosting an amazing pregame show on Super Bowl Sunday that I will be there for, I believe, at 4 p.m. Eastern time, Josh?
4 p.m., yep.
Good, because I knew there was a reason why I was twitching about it, because I got to literally dip about 5 minutes left in the show to throw all the wings in the oven before everyone gets to my house.
Yeah, it'll be a
but
good
it's
one.
okay, though. It's going to be a good show. Our show's going to be great. Me and Josh are both doing is going to be great. I think Kelsey's coming, too.
If you want to hear...
Yeah, I'll be there.
If you want to hear a good rant about Mahomes getting the calls, I was at the AFC Championship game, and I was just there as a bystander. I don't really care who wins. I was pulling for the Bengals a little bit, but... I mean, I was kind of annoyed by Mahomes getting the calls there. So if you want to hear a little rant on that, you can go over and listen to our last episode on Rising to the Occasion for sure.
So I actually had a hot take in me and Matt in Mason's group chat, and I'll save that for our newest segment, which will be coming up in about 5 to 10 minutes. Let's talk about some of the big NFL news. We had a lot of coaches sign. We also have Tom Brady, right? Tom Brady. We got to talk about the elephant in the room. Tom Brady's retired. I know it's been 2 days, but for us, Matt, this is our curse. Every time we do a damn show, always 2 days after we get the freaking news. So, hey, listen, there's a Bengals fan giving me some love. Thanks, Matt. Appreciate it. I know him and Rob are going to duke it out in the comments. I will say this, right, about Tom Brady. He's the GOAT. Mike Francesca can literally stop being so freaking salty and bitter. And you know what? I love how he basically took the ammunition out of Adam Schefter's sails. And now he can go retire with his 49ers fan. I apologize, Matt. I completely flipped that. I forgot. Burlon is the Bengals fan. You know what? He can go retire with his 26-year-old girlfriend. Doesn't have Giselle nagging his ass. And since she makes more money than him, he probably wants to pay child support. Tommy's winning. So I'm all for it. And good for Tom. Enjoy it. It's about fucking time. We talked about this ad nauseum last year when we thought he was actually going to retire. This one just feels real. It's so short and sweet and genuine just enough where I'm like, yeah, this is it. He's done. I don't think he was going to try to do another year in Tampa. Yeah, here it goes. Matt and Rob going on in the comments again. You know what? They said it was either Tampa was the only spot he was going to go. I don't think he could have done the Vegas thing because his kids are down in Florida or in Costa Rica with Giselle. It wasn't happening. It was a cool thing to think about him in the silver and black for a year with Devonta Adams, Darren Waller, Hunter Renfrow, but I just ain't gonna fly with me. So, yeah. And also, this is actually something big. They were talking about this on McAfee yesterday, and I actually want to bring this up quick because Greg Olsen was the stand-in for Tom Brady this year. And possibly next year, Tom came back. Greg Olsen's been amazing. Wayne, New Jersey's own. And I low-key, unless they do a 3-man booth, I don't want Tom to replace Greg Olsen. I like Greg Olsen. The only way to make this is better is get rid of Burkhardt and throw my boy Gus Johnson in there.
Can we not throw Gus Johnson in there? Like, I don't get me wrong. Gus Johnson has his moments. I don't need to be excited, though, on another 3rd down and 10 incompletion. Like, I don't need to hear Gus Johnson get excited as yet another overthrow on 3rd and 10.
Kelsey, who's your call? Your college team is Auburn, okay?
No. Like, that doesn't matter. He does the Fox games, so he does Cowboys games. And all I hear about is disappointment from Gus Johnson in his excited voice all the time. He gets excited about these disappointing plays
in the Cowboys secondary.
The only time
like-
I really need to hear Gus Johnson is on Saturday mornings when I'm first like kind of getting going on the football games. Like it's 11 a.m. Let's get going in college football, and Gus Johnson is sitting there screaming at me through my TV, getting me pumped up and ready to go. And then I'm pretty much good with whoever else is commentating the rest of the day.
I'm a Gus Johnson stan. Okay, I want him calling
I love Gus. I love Gus, but I think he fits perfectly with college football and that noon game, that noon kickoff, and that's
that's
all
what?
I need
I
from
love
him.
him and Joe Klein as a combo. Like this is why I keep hoping that the Hurricanes schedule keeps picking up more Big 10 teams or Big 12 teams. So we're going on Fox more than ESPN. We're gonna get our ass kicked anyway, but at least I get to hear Gus Johnson talking about us getting our ass kicked. So I'm okay with that. And don't roll your fucking eyes, Kelsey.
It's not going to happen because the ACC still has an ESPN contract.
I fucking hate that contract. It's the worst. The ACC network and ESPN3 can literally go jump on the back of a jet.
It's not the worst contract. Trust me. I can tell you the worst contract out there.
It's ESPN and SEC, I know.
No, CBS.
Oh, my God.
No.
I don't really like any of the CBS commentators.
Yeah, I don't. We don't need to talk about. This is stuff.
No, I want to talk about like Tom Brady, obviously reportedly going to on air. I don't think he does. I'm gonna be completely honest. I don't think he does. I talked about this in our show. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if he spends 7 weeks retired, 8 weeks retired, and the moment somebody gets injured, and it's just gonna be a nice little phone call, maybe from the Bay Area, considering that's what he hometown kid from. I've been writing the script for 6 years now that he retires as a Niners fan, as he grew up as a Niner. I've written the script time and time again, and here it is. It's laid out. It's right before us. They don't have a starting quarterback going into next year. In case anybody's wondering, Trey Lance injured. You wonder kid, Mr. Irrelevant, injured. Jimmy G, not on the contract anymore. So what are you going to do for your starting quarterback? Maybe give some 45-year-old who can still throw 5-yard outs to your offensive weapons a phone call.
I'll throw a monkey wrench in there just to say this. Like maybe
my alternative is Aaron Rodgers, but
San Fran calls up Las Vegas and is like, "Hey,
no,
Derek's got a year left on his contract. Maybe he's an insurance policy."
When's the last time you ever saw a 49ers and Oakland / Las Vegas trade?
I don't know, Kelsey. The Eagles and Cowboys made a fucking draft day trade. Anything's happening at this point.
But that's my point. Like it doesn't happen. Like they don't happen.
We had a guy who runs a freaking celebrity game show become president. Anything happens at this point. Okay? This is the
except
new
for a 49ers and Raiders trade. Still to this day.
Ravens and Steelers trade is what won't happen. I think this is possible. Now, will it? Probably not. I'm just saying that I think Tom's retired. That is my honest opinion. This feels like at least last time I was like, all right, this feels kind of sus. I'm hoping he's retired, but it's like the only reason I want him to come back is I want Jalen and the boys to get another crack at him because the last time he played it was fucking bullshit.
I'm willing to guarantee he's retired for right now, but I'm just saying give it a year. I'm not saying he's coming back. I'm saying give it a year, and reports are going to come out that are saying that Tom Brady got calls from Tom Brady got calls from like Vegas or San Francisco asking him to come back for this 1 year, and he declined it. So I'm giving it a year until the reports come out that he was called to come back. But I don't know. I'm not throwing the whole he's really done out there. I think there's that like itch in him that he might come back in like July or August when a team starter goes down in preseason. He gets a call.
Yeah. Yesterday I thought for sure like he was coming back. Like I'm not really buying this yet. It's like kind of like an out for him to kind of leave Tampa Bay quietly or something. Like I don't know why he's doing this, but there's some kind of game plan. Now that he signed that Fox deal, I feel like it's 10 years. I mean, that $375 million, that's a lot of money. I feel like
Sean Payton's gone. So at least for that, like he can replace him on game day.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I feel like he's done.
I feel like, with Brady, he'll negotiate. So he'll do a game occasionally, but he'll do maybe like an interview. So maybe they'll debut him in the Super Bowl with him debuting both Mahomes and Hurts on media day. I think that'd be cool. Because he's got at least a little bit of like a relationship with both of them. Either it's on the field, off the field, whatever. At least this way he interviews two of them. That's kind of his like debut with the debut. He kind of talks on game, does a pregame show. I think it'd be a good way to debut Brady. What better way to do it? The problem is the NFL, the Fox is in a hard place because of Greg Olson being actually decent at really good at his job. The problem is that every other network is locked into some of these bozos that they can't get rid of. So Greg can't really go anywhere if Tom's like, fuck, I want to actually do this for Fox. Like, I'm sick of Tony Romo. Kels, I know he's royalty to your boys. I'm sick of Tony Romo's stick. I'm done with it. I can't do it.
Royalty to nothing.
I mean, listen,
he's royalty to the
he's
Cowboys.
A better quarterback for you guys than Dak Prescott was.
Okay. What's that mean? No championship rings.
Won? Yeah.
No division. Like no divisional round wins. No championship round wins. What's a catch? What is a catch? You know, I have a better answer for how to fix a broken back with Tony Romo than how to win a game with Tony Romo.
Fair enough. All right. Okay, I'll say this though. I hope like they kind of ease Tom into it. They don't say, "All right, he's replacing Greg Olson next year," and it's like the NFL fans like, "Oh, what the fuck."
Like, there's a major stipulation in all this is like if he gets an offer to go play, he has an out. Like that's written into his contract. He has that immediate out. So that's why I'm like, so he signed the deal and knowing full well like if I get an offer, bye.
Oh, yeah.
Who's paired up with Tony Romo? Is it Al Michaels?
No, it's Jim Nance. And Jim Nance, listen, I love Jim Nance because Jim Nance is versatile. I love him in college basketball. Are you kidding me? I cannot wait till he calls the Final Four. It's like my favorite. College basketball from about this weekend through April is when I love it. And it's the only sport I root for the Carolina Tar Heels in. Long story. I could go into it for hours, but whatever. I look forward to those Saturdays and those games. Like Duke UNC on CBS, like I look forward to that shit.
Hear me
I
out.
want to hear you talk about sports again, Jared.
Shut up, man. I'm a unique individual.
You're a Hurricane fan that roots for the Tar Heels willingly?
Only in one fucking sport. The rest of it, I want the university to burn.
Yeah,
it's
the one sport they're good at.
Stop talking about it.
How do you choose the one sport they're good at, not named baseball?
I mean, baseball, I kind of root for both of them. I don't care. It's like,
how do you choose the Tar Heels for the two sports they're good at?
I have been a Tar Heels basketball fan since I was like 7, though. Like back before, like Sean May was
okay. Now you have no leg to stand on anymore. Get out of here. This is a Matt show now. Matt is the host of the show now.
You know what?
You know what's funny is that
you're in timeout. Okay, I'm done with you.
I experienced Kelsey's emotions probably about seven whatever years ago when Jared and I were in college.
This fucking clown.
And it's funny seeing somebody else experience it now. I don't know if you heard anything I said, but about 7 or 8 years ago when I first met Jared, we went through this exact same process that you just went through.
I own it.
I know, but it's funny to see somebody else go through it. It's funny to see somebody else go through it because then I can see how I just was.
And for college football, I never had a team until about junior year of college.
Yeah. Who would choose Carolina ever?
I choose Carolina only. I root for them in basketball, but their football team
is two good sports. The only two good sports that Carolina plays. Women's soccer withholding
and men's lacrosse.
Like I said,
watches men's lacrosse. Come on.
Yeah, like
even women's soccer.
We're not going to go into conversation about schools in Carolina playing lacrosse. So we're not going to comment.
Fuck alone about this shit. We've had this conversation.
No. This is so much worse than you being an Eagles fan. Kelsey, worse than you being a D-backs fan. This is
Kelsey.
awful.
Just remember, it's the ACC. Nobody really cares.
Exactly. We're a garbage conference.
Nobody really cares.
Our commissioners are fucking cool. Our refs are fucking terrible. And all the teams in there are fucking joke. Okay? Let me live in my misery shit pit. You go live in your SEC, okay? Enough of this crap.
Let's talk Sean for being a fan of a team in the SEC.
I'm moving on. It's my fucking show.
And he gets to be the bandwagon fan for the Tar Heels.
How am I bandwagon?
Because they're only good in two sports, and you just happen to be a fan of them.
I didn't know that. The reason I picked them is because my best friend when I was a kid was a Tar Heels fan. They happened to win the title the year after. I was like, great.
You claim yourself you're a giant Hurricanes fan. So much so it's your
I'm a Hurricanes fan for everything except basketball, which I still root for them. If it's not I root for them as a second team, okay? Listen, it's weird. It feels odd. I deal with it because it's just fucking sports. It's a distraction.
Does your brain ever just like hurt
himself?
itself?
All right.
Yes,
Like-
it does, Kelsey. Every
Do you
day
just feel
my
like you
brain
have a
questions
massive
its
aneurysm every time you
existence.
talk about this?
Yes, I hate talking about this.
Because I feel like I lost all sorts of IQ points when you started talking about this. So I am so much more confused and dumber by hearing this.
I want you also to realize the fact is technically because of this podcast and because of what I do for Belly Up, I technically have almost like 3 jobs. Okay, my brain does a quadruple backflip. I'm also a marketer and a stone salesman. At this point, my life is a fucking tornado, and the fact that my sports teams are all over the place is not normal, but I deal with it. Okay? I don't care that my teams are all over the place.
I think that's the part that needs to be taken care of. Like, truthfully, if you solve that issue, you're good. Like, the rest of everything will figure
I love all my
out.
teams. Like,
Man,
I've been a
you don't need
Diamondback
to
since I
know.
was like 5 years old, and no matter how
Be
bad
like the rest of us. Be like the
been-
rest of us and hate North Carolina at everything. Unless you went to school at North Carolina, you should not be cheering for North Carolina.
Listen,
It's like Alabama.
I love North
You
Carolina
just- you
basketball
just
because
don't.
some of my favorite players went to North Carolina. The GOAT went to North Carolina. And one of my favorite moments of all time was Tyler Hansbrough dunking on Gerald Henderson with a fucking elbow to the nose. Okay, like I love that. The Tar Heels basketball has a weird spot. Also, Tar Heels basketball got me through the death of my grandfather, so they got a special place in my heart.
Okay.
So
Fair enough.
that was also that was the Marcus Page year, the year before they won the title. So basically Heartbreak City when fuck you, Chris Jenkins, you bench.
Now he's got to bring that story up just to make us feel bad for him and be like,
Yeah.
Now I feel like a piece of shit. Never even
Well,
You
bring
could
it
have
up.
just
want to know
started with
why I staunchly defend my Tar Heels fandom.
You kind of just
Well,
open
that's
up with
it.
I
that.
mean, now I can't. Anything
Matt
I
was
say
there
now, I'm the
for
bad
this
guy.
shit. He's at the
Anything
fucking
I say now, I'm the
funeral
bad
with me.
guy. So
See,
Oh,
see,
yeah.
I've been
All
a
right.
Sooners
Anyway,
fan
can
since
we move
like
the
I
fuck
can
on,
remember.
right?
So
leave
I
us an
couldn't-
Eagles
I couldn't
fan
root
to,
for
to-
another-
to throw logic out the window.
I couldn't root for
Well,
another
listen, pro
college. Like I
sports-
tried.
See, okay, you guys got to realize I'm from the Northeast. College sports up here are a fucking joke. Besides UConn men's basketball and UConn women's basketball, there's nothing. Syracuse sucks. Boston College is fucking terrible. Like Yale and Harvard, fuck
hockey.
both those schools. I went to
I
school.
mean,
I
I'm
don't
from
really watch
Iowa.
school.
I mean, who's gonna root for Iowa?
The fucking Hawkeyes,
I know
baby.
about
The best
70,000
defense
people that would root for
fucking Big Ten.
Iowa.
No,
Listen,
that's
I'd
like
love to
that's
be
like
from Iowa. I could root for the fucking Hawkeyes. I actually have a state identity.
I
The only
can't
thing we
stand
have to look
Hawkeyes.
forward
Yeah,
to up here
or
is-
the Cyclones. I mean,
There you go. Cyclones,
mean,
baby. Like they have a basketball
Wrestling.
team.
That's
Ooh,
about it.
baseball team's not bad.
the only thing we really have to look forward to up here is the U of Southern Connecticut State.
Yeah, that's me and Matt's alma mater. Listen, our biggest moment in school history is when we took on UConn. We only lost by 4.
Yeah, and then the second one
we
was
barely
when
lost,
Ray
baby.
Allen came
Well,
to
it's like
one of the
we're a
playoff
Division
games.
2 school, and like our fans were so loud they told us to quiet down in Gamble Arena
And then Ray
because
Allen
we were
came
so
with
rowdy. We were
Scarborough.
trying to fight all the UConn fans. We were one section of the entire. I was there. It was great. I was sober trying to fight UConn fans. It was great. But anyway, move
small
on.
school stories from around the world.
Exactly, because I wanted to go to LSU, but my dumbass missed the fucking application date. Okay, you know what? I want to talk
Listen,
about it.
It's March
his-
1st. Their
I was
application date
18
literally
years
is
old.
March
I was
1st.
fucking stupid. I
Listen,
still am
we-
dumb. All right, this has gone way too much.
We learned from the last story we argued that it didn't end well with the sad story. I'm sure there's something behind this missing the.
Yeah, I
date.
don't. Okay, good point. Yeah, I don't want to get into that.
Yeah, no. This is more.
I
of
was
an
at my
ex-girlfriend
uncle's
story. Anyway,
funeral, and that's why I missed it.
okay. Anyway, so Sean Payton, D'Amico Ryans, both hired as head coaches for the Houston Texans and the Denver Broncos, respectively. That leaves the Cardinals and the Colts.
Oh, I forgot about the Cardinals. The Colts.
But,
We already know
like,
the Colts are getting.
okay, so like it's ironic because like Sean Payton's the Denver Broncos
Do we, Matt?
makes sense. I love the fact that like Shefty and fucking and Rap Sheet are beefing about if the Broncos desperately try to get D'Amico Ryans because it's hysterical. Shefty is literally like a fucking vocal box for the Broncos the way he's tweeting out, and Rap Sheet's like, no, they tried to get him and they couldn't. Because he's D'Amico's wife's from Houston. He played in Houston. It made sense. And also, like, Houston likes their defensive head coaches. And the fact of the matter is, I thought it was a great fit. Young coach, get a good old wily offensive coordinator, you're set. So I love D'Amico to the Texans. I love Sean Payton to the Broncos. So instead of 5-12, they'll go 6-11 because that division's a fucking buzzsaw. Anyway, what those moves, we kind of knew they were happening. We knew Sean Payton was getting up somewhere. Colts and Cardinals. Now, Kels, your co-host and me have had these theories about how to fix his team, and it gets a little screwy, like a Wile E. Coyote Roadrunner trap. Like it looks a little fucked up. And the Cardinals are even worse. So if DJ, if you're still watching, if you can hear this in the other room, buddy, you're better off than the Cardinals are because at least you guys have an owner who's willing to spend money.
No, let's pause there because they did complete only the one of their first interviews completed in the second round, and it's just happens to be fighting Jeff Saturday. So let's not say they're better off than the Cardinals when he is still an option for them to hire.
Yeah.
Like,
and they're already saying that
it's still.
They're already saying they're doing third rounds.
Jim Merson's like, hey, brother, hey, listen, I want Jeff to hire. Chris Ballard's like, Jeff. No, not Jeff. No, we went down this road. He beat the Raiders, then collapsed. No, Jeff. Jim, come on, brother. He's my drinking buddy.
Well, we saw
if you ever want to hear something funny, go watch his interviews on Pat McAfee show when Jim Irsay comes on. It's the funniest fucking shit because you watch Pat and AJ Hawk, they try not to lose their shit every time Jim opens his mouth, especially the quote when he said that Matt Ryan was a Navy SEAL mixed with an astronaut. I almost literally pissed myself. I was trying not to laugh so hard. I was in a high-rise New York City apartment working on a marble floor. I heard that in my earbuds. I almost fell off my machine. I was laughing so hard.
Well, fortunately, we already saw something that said, they're praising Jim Irsay for having third round interviews. They're like, he's taking it seriously. He's dedicated. I'm like, no, he's going to have a third interview with Jeff Saturday, hire Jeff Saturday, and it's not gonna go. I think we all know who they're gonna hire.
I think unfortunately
it's the Jaguars division for the next 5 years, and then D'Amico Ryan's
probably you shut your whore mouth. No, it is not the Jaguars division. You stop that. You get out of here. It is D'Amico Ryan's division from here on out. Shut up.
Who do they draft? Who do they draft second pick?
Who? The Texans?
Yeah.
Why draft in the second pick? Why not trade back to the 8th pick and take a nice little haul with you?
True. I mean, listen, who's the best?
You can still get a quality quarterback at 8, and
who's the best?
Not going to miss out on.
I mean, listen, this quarterback draft's fucking ridiculous. Everyone's talking about Bryce Young and Will.
All three of the top quarterbacks are probably going to be a bust. Like at this point in time, we've had too many hit. We've had too many hit in a row. At this point in time, that it's
we're due
we got to have that bust year.
We're due for a Josh Rosen. We're due for a Josh Rosen or a Jamar.
Plus Ohio State quarterbacks.
Listen, I like CJ Stroud. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't care. Ohio State quarterbacks as a whole. Tell me more than 3 Ohio State quarterbacks that have been successful in their entire career. You can't even make it beyond 2.
Tell me an Alabama quarterback other than Jalen Hurts that has been as successful. I mean,
and I don't even count Jalen Hurts as an Alabama quarterback.
As an Oklahoma fan,
somewhere Kevin
I'm not going to disagree with you.
There's a couple obvious ones. I mean, you got to pay credit to Greg McElroy and Matt Sims. I mean, legends.
Legends of the
legends of the fact that
AJ McCarron.
Legends of the fact that I had to watch these fuckers live because my team is that bad.
Yeah,
I've watched.
You're a season ticket holder, buddy. You sign up for your own misery.
I've seen Greg McElroy make one start, and I've seen people wear his jersey the next day. It was or the next week. It was very sad.
Listen, I watched a chick buy a Gardner Minshew jersey because of the Jets game last year, and I looked at her in the stands. I'm like, the fuck is wrong? I literally asked her in line at the link, the fuck is wrong with you? And she looks at me, she's like, what do you mean? I'm like, who the fuck buys our backup's jersey? And she goes, I like his mustache. I'm like, okay. I was waiting for her to drop an N-bomb about Jalen Hurts or something when she was talking.
She likes the mustache.
Yeah, I like that.
It's a beautiful mustache.
Listen, I love Gardner Minshew, but God, keep him away from the damn football field. I never missed Jalen Hurts more than I did after watching that abomination of a Saints game. And if I have to hear one more fucking idiot TikTok podcaster talking about, Jalen Hurts, it's the roster. I'm like, yeah, that roster lost the fucking Saints. Okay, shut the fuck up. Can we put that to bed already?
How different is the offense, players wise? compared to last year. Like you have AJ Brown.
Yeah.
You still got Devonta Smith. You still have Quez Watkins. You still have Dallas Goedert. You gotten rid of Zach
Miles
Ertz.
Sanders, Kenny
Yeah,
Gainwell.
I mean the offensive line is fairly. If you really analyze it,
Landon Dickerson. That's it. Like literally, he's starting this year. That's the only difference. It's the same exact fucking offense of AJ Brown and Landon Dickerson.
Oh yeah, like if you really analyze it, they. I mean, I'm not saying AJ Brown's not a big ad. I'm just
James
saying
Bradbury. That's the difference.
Well, no,
I was actually here going through. I was like, there's got to be one that major.
Offensive.
We're talking about offense, Kelsey.
Oh yeah,
offense. No, defense, James Bradbury and Hassan Reddick are two of the best free agent signings in the year.
What I'm saying is like they made one big offensive addition. What? Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good. I was just saying to your point though. I think like you're right. They really didn't add a whole lot. I think they just developed them really well in the offseason because like Jalen Hurts, for example, huge improvement since last season. Huge, and even last season was a huge improvement to the season before. I mean, he's a worker. Devontae Smith, he was a huge improvement this year. So I mean, just him stepping up, and then of course AJ Brown I think helps with that. But there's been a lot of guys that have really just stepped up and realized that they need to work harder to be better.
Atrocious last year, atrocious. Now he's like this change of pace, big playback that can bust off a 40-yard catch or a run, and it's great because Sanders can sometimes kind of get stuck in his own way trying to run through the hole. So it's kind of nice. I mean, listen, my favorite take, and we're going to talk about this clown in about 2 minutes. He was on Good Morning Football this morning. I wanted to throw my freaking beer can. Not beer can. I'm sorry. It was 7:00 in the morning. I was at work. It was my coffee mug at the.
Well, you got something to tell us there, Jared?
Nah, I was at work. We were at the big office today. Like our satellite office is closed for renovations. So we're at the big office. So we had Nespresso coffee cups and like catered breakfast. And I'm like, damn, I feel fancy right now.
Is that why you're the paint on today?
All right. I think it's time to break out. We're 41 minutes in. I want to talk about this before
completely just skipped over the Cardinals Colts hiring.
Oh, honestly, okay. So Cardinals Colts. Let's do this then.
Well, I was going to say something.
I know my ADHD is the worst. What do you guys think? Cardinals Colts. Who goes where? What do they do? What's going on? Kelsey, you're up first.
Oh, okay, fine. Raheem Morris to the Colts if they're smart. For the Cardinals, there's a lot of issues there, but I'd say somebody maybe like Aaron Glenn might be able to figure him out or beyond that. I mean, yeah, there's not a lot of great options that they have left. Trying to figure out somebody to go with Morty Austin Fire, whatever the GM from the Titans, their new GM for the Cardinals. That's kind of the biggest issue, and who can take care of Kyler. So, yeah, like I don't really know about that. The Cardinals one's a lot tougher just because it's got to be the right fit for Kyler and everything there.
Also, am I the only one who thinks that Frank Reich to the Panthers was a great move? Because I think the Colts fucked him over.
No, I love that one. I thought it was all.
I wish Steve Wilkes would have stayed there.
I wish Steve Wilkes too.
I wish Wilkes would have stayed there because I mean, look what he did as an interim. I mean,
that team was playing for us.
There you go. That's the Cardinals. Rick Bisaccia, Cardinals.
Okay.
For no other reason than to hire a staff because he's one of those guys that'll just hire a staff, not necessarily try to.
And also, listen, he got that Raiders team to the playoffs last year, and it was fucking awesome. It was fun. Like he had that team playing for him. All right, Josh. Anything else on Cardinal Colts before we get into our main event segment of the day?
I think they're both kind of in a crappy situation right now. There's not a whole lot of great names out there, and they waited way too long, especially the Cardinals. You waited way too long.
My OC, Shane Steichen.
I don't hate it. I mean, I just have a hard time. Like the NFL is different, with who is good for moving from an OC up to a head coach. It's just it takes a lot. I mean, I don't see any like standout guys to look at for a head coaching job right now. Like there's some guys I think that are out there in the pool that would be possibly good, but I just don't see any standout guys.
Guys, Eric Bieniemy finally. I'm just kidding. Come on, everyone knows he just interviewed. So everything I've heard from I have friends who work around. I have a couple of friends who work around teams from I went to college with, or like I knew from belly up in previous years. The word about Bieniemy is he's just a jackass. He's like, and also half of it's Andy Reid.
Or is he?
No,
I still think he plays the master game of I am second in line in Kansas City.
Yeah,
I
see,
don't
Rob says it when Big Red retires, like EB is sitting there like next man up. That's my master plan theory. All right,
be this season at the rate it's going.
Well,
listen, I don't know because I mean we'll see what happens in a week. Anyway,
exactly. I said what I said.
New segment. I was sitting at work today. I'm like, we need a new segment for the off season where we can have guests weigh in on this segment is basically I say a name, you guys defend them or shit on them. It's like KB dartboard, but I don't have to lose circulation in my thigh for it. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are introducing a new segment brought to you by the amazing folks at candidips.com. Promo code BELLY20 for 20% off. This is the mocha caffeine. I love this one. Is what I chew in the morning before I go to work. Keeps me awake for morning meetings because, God, we have 14 of them. Anyway, this is called the Clowns of the Week. And I even brought a clip for it.
That's a clown question, bro.
I had to throw Bryce up there. It just stuck with me. All right. First Clown of the Week. We're going to Julian Love. Guest hosted Good Morning Football this morning. Julian Love quote said, and this, I'm paraphrasing here because I just don't really feel like pulling the quote up because I get basically the gist of it. He was asked about the Philadelphia Eagles and Nick Sirianni and his sideline antics. Well, all those jabronis on Good Morning Football, who I love that show. I hate it. They're all wearing that ugly ass Giants blue and red. We're like, oh, how do you feel about Sirianni and his sideline antics? And he goes, oh, dude had a free ride. He made such an experienced and good roster. He basically sat back, relaxed, and got out of their way. To quote my co-host, Matt Ordazzo, this man said, he just sounds like he's just bitter. I'm like, listen, no, you sound like a bitter ex-girlfriend who just got burnt. Okay? Julian, listen, you are a decent player. You'd probably be a backup on a Madden roster for me if we did Ultimate Team. Okay? Listen, you're a decent player. You're a solid 80 overall guy. You'd probably be a nice backup on Philadelphia behind Marcus or Chauncey. Hell, you'd probably be a good pair with Reed Blankenship, our undrafted safety, who I think has more interceptions than you this year. He's played half the games. Either way, congratulations. You look like a clown because those Eagles shit down your Giants' throat. Oh yeah, you're a safety. You're supposed to be the last line of defense. Also, the Eagles turnaround in a year. That it's the same roster as last year. Yeah, you had James Bradbury. You had Hassan Reddick, great players in defense, and they've been essential. You had A.J. Brown. Gives the Eagles a vertical threat they haven't had since, Deshaun Jackson, T.O. Dante Stallworth, whatever. But it's the fact that they won. They consistently won. Even after they lost to like a team like Washington. They come back next week, they win. They win the week after that. The only time they lost back-to-back games was when their freaking starting quarterback was out and hurt, who developed exponentially, as we talked about earlier in the show. So my first clown of the week is Julian Love because he just sounds like he sounds like Orlando Scandrick Jr. to me. That's the way I look at it. I know Kelsey gets that reference, but defend or shit on Julian Love.
I'm not going to defend the quote or what he said. I mean, I look at last year, Nick Sirianni inherited the Eagles after the whole Carson Wentz thing and everything, and nobody really expected them to go to the playoffs. They wound up going 9-8, squeaked into the playoffs. They were a first-round exit, but they still, I think, did more than what people were expecting them to do last year. You got to put some credit to the coach, obviously, besides all the players for that one. And then this year, this whole team is just completely turned around. Everybody's having a fun time. And I don't know. I just don't agree with it. I think Sirianni is a good coach with Philly. I'm not going to label him as great or anything like that. I obviously you kind of want to see some more years out of this guy to see if he's going to be one of those great kind of coaches. But I think he's on track, just being a perfectly fine fit with Philly. Everything's working. Why change it? It just kind of sounds like, this guy's just a little upset that they didn't make it past the second round. But at the end of the day, I don't agree with that. I think Sirianni's fine. I think Julian's just a little bit hurt.
I mean, dude was a candidate for coach of the year until they pulled him for some fucking stupid reason. I don't know. Go Doug Peterson for that win, by the way. Josh, what do you think?
Notre Dame is one of my least favorite colleges in all of college football, and a big part of that is just because they think they're better than everybody else, don't want to join a conference, whatever the case may be. Plus, I've had people personally that I know that are Notre Dame fans that I didn't care for. So I'm not going to defend a Notre Dame player whatsoever, and pretty much ever. So I'm just going to leave it at that. I mean, that's pretty much enough for me. Not only that, but you're also kind of like you brought up, Jared. I mean, you're sitting there trying to like kind of talk shit towards a team and a coach that kind of like gave it to you, and like I don't know how you can really do that, especially being on the defense, which was the losing side of the ball more in that game. So I mean, I'm not going to defend him whatsoever.
The game was over so fast. It looked like when you like, I don't know if you guys ever did this when like your girl starts talking, she's like, I want to play some Madden. I want to try to play Madden. You play her and you're up 28-0 within the first 5 minutes. You're like, oh, this shit's over. That's how I kind of felt watching that game. I was like, this just feels wrong. Like, we're just kicking the piss out of them right now.
So I'm going to take the opposite side of this one. I'm going to be honest. Well, here's why. I think Nick Sirianni does the great job of coaching in the preseason and does his coaching on Monday and Tuesday. Beyond that,
he's a motivator and like a leader.
The fuck out of the way of the team. You have a guy that squats 600 pounds as your quarterback. You have an offensive line that can literally push mountains out of like. What do you think you're gonna do on short and goal? Like second and one and goal with 1 to go, 2 to go, 3 to go, and you're trying to get to the goal line. What do you think the play is gonna be? If the play is not run up the middle, you're done. You're getting in the way of your team. Now I will say this: he did it last year. That roster didn't have much turnover from the year before, prior to last year, when they were a losing team. Last year, they went 9-8, with all the biggest switch being Carson Wentz and Nick Sirianni. All Nick Sirianni did was put the players in position to succeed. But he does his coaching in the preseason, and he well drills them in the preseason and leading up to the season. So what Julian Love is not necessarily saying, like, he's a terrible coach. What I read Julian Love saying is saying, he's just out there letting them do what they do on Sundays because they've gotten to that point from everything else that they did on Monday through Wednesday. Like, that's what I look at with Julian Love's commentary. And I get he's a Giant, so obviously it gets taken out of context, blah, 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 blah. Whatever. I'm tired of hearing that. At the end of the day, a coach's job is to not be coaching on Sunday. His job is to minimize his impact on the game on Sunday. Because if you're a coach that has zero impact on the game on Sunday, that means you put in the perfect game plan for your team to succeed, and they did.
I'll say this, right? So, like, when I look at Sirianni, he's not – the Eagles became successful when he let Shane Steichen start calling plays. This was, like right before the end of the season last year when they went on that winning streak. And he's let Shane call him since, right?
Does he? Does he really let him call that? Because as he celebrated the touchdown last weekend as they ran in a quarterback sneak, and he says, "I know what the hell I'm doing. I know what I'm doing."
He called for Shane to go for 2. Shane called his play in the Jalen.
Sure,
anyway,
yeah, just like Mike McCarthy let Kellen Moore call plays.
Listen, don't compare that Milwaukee cop to the god Nick Sirianni, okay?
I'm just saying, look, hey, all I'm saying is that the offense is installed by one person, and that is Nick Sirianni.
Yeah. Shit, Steichen just calls it.
All you got to do is follow 1 of 3 plays per play, per situation, and you're doing your good job. And so, look, what Julian Love is saying, and to me, it's not as offensive as a lot of people are taking it, just because he's
leading the team along with Jalen Hurts, and that would make him a great coach.
Yeah, he's doing what he does. He's doing what he needs to do Monday through Wednesday.
He's a leader of men. That's what coaches are supposed to be. Not all coaches have to be master strategists.
So then why is it so offensive to say that? Why is it so offensive to be like...
I'm just saying that because I want Julian Love to go back to the little hole he crawled out of, where he's a
so unnecessarily. So see, it sounds to me
this is a little personal. You come at our
like
boy.
A little salty.
Okay, Free Ride is like the Larry Coker. He's implying it's a Larry Coker on the 0-1 Hurricanes, where basically Larry just said, "All right, guys, start practice," and he walks away. No, Nick actually coaches on just game days. He lets Shane and John call their plays, aka DJ's body double, John Gannon, and he just lets his players play. And he keeps them disciplined. He keeps them going, keeps them motivated. That's what a coach is supposed to do. He's more the John Madden type, not the Bill Walsh type. If we remember, go the old school Madden coaching things. That's the way I look at it. Anyway, next
fair.
up,
Yeah,
I want to talk about this clown because I used to love this guy before he retired. Man, now he just like some stupid fucking show for Barstool, and he tweeted this shit out about how the NFL actually is rigged. Arian fucking Foster. Oh my God. This dude said the NFL is rigged. The amount of shit talking guys did to him, and people clowned him for saying this. I think Alvin Kamara is my favorite one, but there are a couple others. My favorite are the Aaron Hernandez reading the script before. Then there was OJ Simpson reading the script before he runs for 2,000 yards and kills 2 people. You've got they're the memes that start because of this guy saying the NFL is rigged. Arian, you're on a show called Microdosing with PFT.
Macro dosing.
Whatever the fuck. Who gives a fuck?
No, this is even worse because like you're not even microdosing anymore. You're taking a lot at one time.
Hey, Rob. We'll see you in a week and a half. All right, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, that's just a dumb take.
Anybody who says Jalen Hurts is the system quarterback has basically lost all credibility to me watching film. This man is the engine of that offense. Without him, that offense is a 10-7 team. Anyway, just ask the Tennessee Titans. Anyway, when I look at Arian Foster's take, right? Yeah, everyone's called for it's rigged. No, the refs are just fucking terrible. And the NFL's got a real referee problem on their fucking hands. And it's bad. And do these refs lean towards certain players? Oh, totally. Is it rigged? No, there ain't no script. If there was a script, Nick Foles wouldn't have won the Super Bowl in 2017. If there was a script,
that's why there's a script.
that seems more like
if there was a script, Tom Brady wouldn't have gotten suspended for 4 fucking games for deflating balls, but also have.
That's why there's a script. That's more proof as to why there's a script.
Newspapers. See, so I will. I've got to hop out here, so I will defend Arian Foster.
All right, get out of here now. Let's go. Bye.
So I'll defend him because, for one, I think this is all satire, and I love it. And I love the satirical takes like this. Not only that, but like, I'm kind of on the same side after watching that KC Bengals game. Like that's irritating that the refs aren't being punished for it. So I'm all for just letting the NFL have it. And you know what? If the NFL wants to prove that they're not rigged, start punishing these referees somehow. You got to get them on a payroll so you can punish them, because you know what? This does not help the narrative for the people who are serious about it. So I'm all for it, Arian. Keep on pushing the narrative, make people really angry, and make the NFL finally start to change something about it. That's where I kind of stand. So I'll defend him there. But I got to hop over on the hockey show.
Josh, I appreciate you, brother. We'll talk soon. All right.
Have a good one, guys.
See you, Josh.
See you, man.
Okay, so to Josh's point, if it was meant as satirical, because I didn't actually, I've never listened to macrodosing whatsoever. I've seen clips of it on TikTok, but I saw that clip, so maybe I took it out of context. I will admit that right now. What I will say is, though, with the NFL, there's too much money and too many people that have to be involved for this to actually be rigged. So we can shut that down right now. Was that game a little leaning towards the fucking Chiefs? Oh, totally. But also, were the Bengals talking too much fucking shit during the week not to take a loss? Definitely. That's my point. It's like, listen, are there refs who maybe lean calls towards certain teams? Oh, guaranteed. Jerome Bolger shouldn't be a fucking middle school girls volleyball referee, much as an NFL referee, but we allow him to be a professional anyway. Matt, what are you thinking?
With Arian Foster, I assume, right? I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility that there's something going on. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, there's got to be some sort of rig going on. How come the Jets can't have like one season where they actually win more than like 7 games? There's got to be something. But I don't know if there's a script, but I could definitely see it being where the NFL is like, hey, refs, we need this team to get pushed through. So do what you got to do. Don't make it too obvious. But I don't know. I feel like there's some WWE shit going on with the NFL. I don't know if there's exactly a script where it's like, all right, weeks 1 through 4, you're going to be mediocre. You're going to get hurt week 5, come back week 8 and score 3 touchdowns. I don't know. But
I mean, listen, then why the hell would the Johnsons agree to this shit when their team has been a laughing stock for 30 fucking years, or your Cowboys? Jerry Jones is the most valuable franchise.
This is exactly why
he's the most valuable franchise, because they have a great brand that stems back from the 70s. But they literally constantly choke and are like the butt of NFL memes every year.
But they're always in the mix of things. See, like like how think of some of the Cowboys teams. Like we're gonna roll off this Cowboys conversation. Think of some of these Cowboys teams that have been put together over the last 20 years.
Thank you.
No, the Cowboys wouldn't be, and there's a reason why. They sell more jerseys with the Cowboys out of Super Bowls of Cowboys fans than they do any other team.
Yeah.
The teams that need to be in Super Bowls.
This man speaks the truth. DJ, thank you. This man was supposed to be the heir apparent to John Elway, and this dude dies because Ryan Griggs.
And what better storyline to set up for Indianapolis in the next 5 years?
This is stage 4 Marvel. Get the fuck out of here.
No, I'm not of the mindset like this is exactly like week 1, week 2 type of scripting. I'm thinking it's like, hey, look, there's no way the Cowboys are good, but let's somehow make them plausibly gonna win the division every year. Like somehow make it so in week 12, they're somehow competitive for the division. They haven't been eliminated prior to week 15 at any point in time in the 35 years since they've been to the Super Bowl. Did you guys know that? They've been eligible for the playoffs up until week 15 every year, which means you have 15 weeks of hope for all these stupid Cowboys fans. And the rest of us are like, God, can you guys just suck so we can like get some quality picks here? Like just some type of taking, anything. So no, the Cowboys don't necessarily equal ratings. If anybody's done any podcasting, you know that because you type in Cowboys into your tag, and then people search it. You don't get any extra hits than you type in Patriots, which, by the way, is a more active franchise as far as if they're in the Super Bowl, they get more follows, they get more intrigue around them. Same with the Buccaneers, same with the teams like the Falcons, and then also you look at like the Raiders as the other teams like that, 49ers. So the viewing, yeah. So, but no, and so it's like you look at those, and it leans more towards there's some sort of
the NFL wants things a certain way. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, they can't change it.
And by the way, the viewing ratings, let's just go ahead and shut that off because every year the entire playoffs increases tenfold over the prior year.
Yeah.
In viewership, so we can just shut that off immediately.
Also, you can thank fans like me who literally make all my friends who are not football fans watch full playoff football. Like literally, I made my friends who aren't sports fans start watching football, and now they're like kind of hooked on it. So,
is it realistic to say it's scripted? No,
Jesus
but at the same time,
Christ, Rob, what the fuck?
But at the same time, like it wouldn't be the most outlandish thing to think that there's some sort of outline that they want to go with, like some sort of story.
Going to hell for that one. Growth. All right, moving on. I'm going to refer to them as a plural because they both took L's this week. Joey, for what the fuck was that man bun? Second of all, dude, just getting shit on by Eagles fans was just great. And listen, I like Lebitard, one of the girls who works for Lebitard said it best. You can't win arguing with Eagles fans. I'll say this as an Eagles fan. Kelsey, as a Cowboys fan, knows this. Matt, you've been to an Eagles-Jets game with me before. You don't win when you engage them. So you have to ignore them. And the problem is, Bosa was like, I make more money than you. And he was like, dude, I can pay your fine too. It's like, you're not winning that shit. And what's even better, as much as Joey got a little fucked up and he was like drinking a Bud Light seltzer, what a fucking weenie. His brother took the biggest L of the week. That man didn't even touch Jalen Hurts in that game. Defensive player of the year. Oh, the guy who got snubbed for Hassan Reddick, like basically destroyed your team's season in 3 snaps. Because you tried to block him with a backup tight end because your coach is a dumbass. Anyway, the Kyle Shanahan hate aside. Listen, I've been shit on Shanahan.
The play call worked all season long. It shouldn't be that.
Reddick
that is honestly Hassan. That is Hassan Reddick reading a play and diagnosing it and shutting it down better than any other defensive
I'm just still bitter he didn't get even a nomination for Defensive Player of the Year. That's what pisses me the fuck off.
Yeah. But no,
so anyway, what cracks me up is he goes on record after the game and goes, nothing special about Jordan Mailata. And then the first thing I see when I look up Jordan Mailata is him body slamming Nick Bosa in like the fourth play of the game. I was like, I look at Nick Bosa's numbers, keep laughing. And I know these guys are a bunch of just arrogant Florida fucks. I know. I used to like Nick Bosa, and then I started like more and more. I'm like, you're kind of a tool. I do listen. I think Joey actually is a very talented edge rusher. I think Joey is a very good. If he can stay fucking healthy for one fucking season. Just Nick kind of showed me a little like, bro, you got smoked by Lane Johnson and Jordan Mailata. Just own it. Lane Johnson's going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer. Jordan Mailata is having an amazing season. Just own it. You got smoked. Be a professional. Just own it. No, there's nothing special. It's like, yeah, then what does that make you? Nothing special? Come on, get the fuck out of here. The family takes an L this week. Also, by the way, Nick, and I also just love seeing Nick Bosa's ex-girlfriend on Instagram, Jenna. She's actually pretty funny and a beautiful girl. I don't know how this turned into that conversation. Anyway, Kelsey,
yeah,
Bosa's
a weird turn there, bud.
Yeah, it did take a weird turn. Bosa's, Kelsey, go.
Joey Bosa, just stop. Like you literally watching that was just the definition of everything I hate.
I defended him with the refs, though. By the way, against Jacksonville, I defended him.
Oh, I didn't. He was an absolute idiot with the way he attacked the refs in that game.
Listen, the way he said, listen, he's not wrong. The refs are a bunch of fucking egotistical assholes. But the way he did it was wrong.
But your team still has a chance to come back at the time. Like, why are you still attacking the refs? Stop it. You're supposed to be a leader and a captain of your team. You're an idiot instead. The Bud Light Seltzer, that's whatever. Like, there's better tasting alcohol out there, especially seltzers. Take your pick. Be a better choice than that. But I think he does have a Bud Light contract. Yeah, I think White Claw better, obviously. But I do think he does have a Bud Light contract with the NFL, so he has to kind of like go through that. The thing that throws me for a loop is way too comfortable when with a man bun and tight pants on and a Niners jacket on, I gotta say. And the fact he wanted to fight Eagles fans. He wanted to fight Eagles fans. I'm like, you're like worth a couple 20 million, 30 million plus dollars. Those guys are worth maybe net $100,000. I ain't getting in a fight with no Eagles fans, period, at my current life standpoint, let alone if I were worth $10+ million like Joey Bosa. So yeah, no, Joey Bosa, big L, like just an idiot. The fact he had to get his family to escort him into the red carpet area is just the most asinine part of it all.
Even his girl was like, in some of those burns, like her face was bad, priceless. Joey Bosa takes an L. What about Nick?
Yeah, and then Nick, okay. This game ended when Brock Purdy got his injury. Let's be fair. The moment that happened,
the second this game ended, I stopped rooting for the Niners and started rooting for the Eagles to kill whoever came out of the AFC. I respected that take because that's not the first time somebody texted me that. One of my best friends from college texted me that too. He's a Niners fan. He goes, dude, once Brock got hurt, I was like, all right, we're fucking done. Go kill Kansas City or fucking Cincy. I'm like, all right, bet.
The only thing I was hoping for after that was a George Kittle random anytime touchdown just for my betting purposes.
Me too.
That's all I wanted after that point in time. And I knew it wasn't going to happen because I saw the way that defense came out in that second drive. And I watched Bosa get body slammed by Mailata. And by the way, if there's a single person not named Jason Kelsey on that offensive line that I do not want to talk smack about, it might be the former professional rugby player who played in, by the way, of all countries, the best rugby playing country in New Zealand for the best country all around in the All Blacks of New Zealand. So, like,
also,
I'm not about
6'8",
to
350.
I'm not. Yeah, exactly. He's 6'8", 350. Now, when he was playing, he was even smaller, able to run faster, and able to do more damage. Now he's even bigger and can do more damage. It's just stupid. So, like, there's two guys I'm not going to pick on. One because I respect him too much, and Jason Kelsey, and we share a name. The other being Jordan Mailata. And
what about Lane? Hasn't given up a sack since Carson Wentz was a starter.
Me and Lane Johnson, we have a love-hate relationship. I seem to love him on Madden, and he seems to want to retire from my team every time I take him on Madden. So
because Madden has it out for him. I don't know what it is, but also
he's been a perennial retirement candidate every year.
Groin, like holy shit.
Yeah. But no, I think obviously Lane Johnson, fantastic offensive lineman in his own right. But no, I think for the Bosa brother, like seeing him get slammed by Mailata was like, well, that was dumb. You shouldn't have ever said anything. And then, you doubled down on it after the game. Yeah, that
you
was
come
dumb.
out like an arrogant prick because you just got your ass kicked by a guy.
It's everything from kids from Fort Lauderdale and everything Ohio State football players just chalk up
arrogant,
together.
cocky,
Like you put those two together, and it's like, oh, that's
yeah.
that. So yeah, I'll take
Fair.
the giant
that's the best take. I love it because you're on point. Fort Lauderdale, Ohio State, top draft picks, arrogance kind of breeds.
Yeah, it's drinking Bud Light seltzers.
Oh my god, my boy, one of my best friends drinks Bud Light seltzers, and I want to bust his ball. I bust his balls about every time he walks in the house with a pack of those. His girlfriend can't drink gluten. His girlfriend can't take gluten, so like that's all she can drink. So that makes sense. But he just drinks them because it saves him money at the gas station. But I'm like, dude, go get a Miller High, go get a 6-pack of Miller High Life. Come on, that's his favorite. So all right, last but not wait, Matt, you want to do Bosa's quick, or you got anything else?
Yeah, I didn't even go yet.
Oh,
no, I think Bosa's a clown for this one. One, I think if there is any NFL player out there that's going to listen to this episode when we post it or anything, we don't care how much money you make. We don't care. You can throw that in our faces all you want if we get into an argument, but we don't care. We give zero fucks about your paycheck. It doesn't even matter what fan it is. Any fan you're going to argue with, it's just not going to work out for you because at the end of the day, if this goes viral, it's not the fan that's going to look like a shitty person. It's going to be the player because the player has the most spotlight on him. The fan has nothing to lose and the player has everything to lose. So the fact that Joey Bosa couldn't handle that as a professional and just ignore the guy and just walk into the stadium. I mean, I give him the clown thing for the week for that. I mean, this is his 5th year in the league or something like that. Like he's a veteran. He should know better by now.
Joey's the same class as Wentz in golf and Dak. So
was that 2016?
Yeah, so 6 years.
All right, yeah, he's well into the
7th.
Yeah, he's well into the veteran status where he should know that he needs to just not pay these people any mind. And even in the game, he was in his press box. He was still giving shit to the people in the stands, and they were giving it back. So
that was Joe, you lost. Just take the L and go home.
And then for Nick Bosa's, they're all made of glass. I mean, I'm pretty sure he got brushed upon by his own player, right? And then he just went down on the sideline. It was like the player threw the guy, and it clipped his ankle, and he went down. I'm like, dude, come on. That was like a piece of paper hitting you, I think. But I give them both clowns of the week, especially Joey Bosa for that one.
Oh, can I shout out Max Crosby though for calling out Joey Bosa for complaining about Bosa?
Yes, Mad Max
about the holding. I just wanted to throw that out there because Mad Max deserves a little bit of a shout out for
Max Crosby is so underrated.
Kelsey, you're an ex-offensive lineman. You played at a higher level than I did, obviously. I played offensive, defensive lineman. Linemen hold in every play down to the high school level. It's just a matter of how well you hide it. As an edge rusher, I did the break holding. I got really good at dropping the elbow on forearms. That was my move, and guys hated me for it.
Are we referring to the same? Guys?
What?
Oops. Oh, so have you ever seen somebody? So have you ever seen somebody get like fall down on it as an edge rusher? And you've seen the edge rusher just fall down while they're like seemingly doing something like that. That's what happens. Is like I'm prepared for it, and I go.
It's not how good their balance is.
Did you hit the ground?
Kels, some dude from a count tried to do that to me my senior night. I beat him because I actually was a little more upright than he thought, and I kind of may have given his quarterback a stinger. And he looks at me like, "What the hell?" And he tried to start a shoving match with me. It was. I
mean, I would have pushed it too, but
I don't blame the kid because I was one of those guys who may have used his helmet like a weapon. So.
Okay. Anyways, but to your point, yes, there's holding on every play. It's just, and the only time offensive lineman will admit it is when they get caught on tape.
It does not count as holding. That's the rule.
Well, nowadays not so much. Nowadays they got with the Velcro jersey. The moment that jersey lifts up off the pad, it is over. But yeah, no, it's the only time you ever hear an offensive lineman admit them holding.
Hey, Joey, how about you fucking beat it instead of bitching about it? You got beat by a bunch of second-rate left tackles over Jacksonville.
All you got to do is when you feel it, open up to the ref.
Or drop.
Open up to the ref.
Unless you're playing the Chiefs. Is Rob still here? All right.
Speaking of the Chiefs, and everything happens.
Speaking of the Chiefs, my last clowns of the week are Bengals and Niners fans. Okay. Bengals fans, yes, you all were cheated a little bit, all right? We all know the NFL leans towards Patrick Mahomes. Yeah. But you got to also understand, your fucking stupid ass mayor, you jabroni, quote Travis Kelce, and
Mike Hilton.
you dip your dipshit left corner, Eli Apple. Gotta shut the fuck up. Y'all are asking for it. Also, Burrowhead, are you fucking kidding me, you idiots?
Yeah, that was the Mike Hilton part.
You were asking. I literally said this on the show on Thursday. I'm like, listen, ain't no way. Me and Mason, we're like, ain't no way in hell they're losing now. The Bengals been talking way too much shit. This is like, I see the Cat Williams meme in the back of my head, and I'm actually going to try to see if I can pull that and not get a copyright for it because it's so perfect. Because there are so many times in sports, but this is the perfect example. They were just asking for an upset. They were asking for their ass to get kicked. I actually took the Chiefs plus 10. I was that confident in that shit, or minus 10. Because I was like, dude, like, y'all are asking. Like, I thought maybe Mahomes would throw a couple more balls. The Bengals defense held up, okay? With Niners fans. Guys, you lost. I get it. Brock would have helped. You guys were barely moving the ball with Purdy anyway. Barely. You guys got one pass off Debo for a first down. McCaffrey played great. I will give him the credit he deserves. He's a top five back. But Debo did jack shit before Purdy went out. He did jack shit after. Also, Kyle Shanahan should have tried to at least do some kind of wildcat shit or something. Just take the loss. It sucks. I know what it's like when your quarterback goes down the playoffs. That's Carson Wentz when Jadeveon Clowney tried to actually break his skull in 2019. I know what it feels like.
You mean dribble his forehead? He successfully dribbled his forehead?
Carson's brain shot anyway, so he was doing us a favor, honestly. But, so thank you, Jadeveon. Carson, I hope your brain's healed. So you can go start selling Amazon hunting gear. Here's the thing. Guys, just take the loss. It sucks. I get it. You hate the team that just beat you. I don't know what it's been this week. I had never seen so much hate towards Chiefs and Eagles. And I'm like, can we just talk about the fucking game that's coming up? It's been weird. Like, it's been, I'm trying to go back and recent memory. Yeah, like, we talked about the Rams when the N'Keal Roby-Coleman call happened, or when the Frank Clark offside. So I guess, yeah, the 2018 Super Bowl was kind of like, it's kind of bullshit. But can we just move the fuck on? The NFL isn't really rigged. Yeah, some of the refs may have leaned towards KC, whatever. Your team also couldn't get – your longest run of the day was 15 fucking yards from Joe Burrow. Also, Joey Burr threw a fucking interception on the game-clinching drive, would have put them out of business. So stop. It's over. Rebuild and come back next year. That's how you move on. And for Niners fans, how about you actually go have a quarterback who can stay healthy? Listen, there's a freak injury from Brock Purdy. He played great. But listen, he looked average against the Cowboys, and he looked lost against the Eagles before he got hurt, even though it was only 3 plays. But still, just stop. Just stop hating. Just take it. You lost. It was a bad break. It sucks. Also, don't put shit in the Rocky statue. Y'all should learn from now. It's been 4 times this has happened now, where shit just goes sideways for the team and does. Just don't do it. As an Eagles fan, as much as I love seeing you idiots lose, don't put shit in the Rocky statue. Apparently, somebody put a Go Chiefs shirt on the Rocky statue this morning, and they took it down about an hour ago. Don't do it. It never ends well for you. The Chiefs are good enough where they'll probably make it a close game. They still might beat us next week. But they're good enough to do it. The Niners, you guys were holding on hope for a 7th-round pick. It's over. Just get over it. So, fellas, defend or hate, whatever. Niners and Bengals fans, I guess separately. Let's try to keep it like 2 sentences per each, because I know like these are like big unpacking. We got 12 minutes left.
With the Niners fans, I don't know. I almost kind of feel bad because I feel like this team should search for a quarterback every single year and just nobody can stay healthy. I didn't think they were going to win that game, obviously. Even with Brock Purdy playing the way he's been playing, I thought maybe they keep it close, but I knew the Eagles are going to run away with that one. I just feel bad for them mostly because I feel like they finally had somebody to kind of look forward to for next year, that they were like, all right, this guy's actually going to be the starter next year. We don't have to worry about is Jimmy G coming back? Is it going to be Trey Lance? before he got hurt, I definitely thought Brock Purdy earned the right to get built around, at least for next year, to see what he can do in a full season. But with this injury, he's going to miss up to a year. Probably not going to play this season, if at all, really this coming season at all. So they're going to have to probably endorse Trey Lance again or go find somebody else. So I'm not really clowning him. I just kind of feel bad for him because I'm just feeling for him. Bengals wise, I don't really feel bad for them at all. I picked them to win solely because I wanted to make the pick'ems a little interesting. Because I didn't want to. If I picked the Chiefs, we all would have had the same picks, and just kind of wouldn't have been fun.
You would have also, if you picked all the same picks, would have clinched your jersey. Now I have an outside shot.
Well, this is why it's interesting now.
Exactly.
I could also play smart and pick the Eagles, but
I mean, listen, we're gonna do something. So like, just picking the Eagles ain't shit. Like it's like now you actually have to pick the Eagles. Went to a score, maybe throw an anytime touchdown for a bonus. We'll do it like draft.
Yeah,
because it's like it's too close. Where it's like one bet. It's like, oh, Matt and Jared both picked the Eagles. Oh, Matt wins. Like that's kind of bullshit.
Yeah, no, I could definitely get down with that because I do firmly believe the Eagles are going to win. But we could do a whole like, all right, we got to pick a anytime touchdown, 2 different people, something like that.
I'll pick the Eagles just because of my blood and who I am as a person. But do I think this game's gonna be fucking close next week? Oh yeah, are you kidding me? I'm not looking. I saved a bunch of edibles for next weekend. Even though I'm hosting the Super Bowl party, I'm hoping the fact that I get to cook all day. I love cooking, so it's like to me, like getting to cook 15 pounds of wings for my friends and family, like that makes me happy. So that'll keep me calm because I texted Matt and Mason. My hands before the Niners game were like this. I was shaking because we beat the shit out of those fucking degenerate like piss wash kind of team out in New Jersey, the Giants, who literally couldn't even hold our jockstrap. But
with the Bengals fans, I don't feel bad.
Yes.
When you said that was a good one. When you said Joe Burrow, Burrowhead Stadium, you got the mayor. When the mayor made that statement, I was like, this is the game. That's it. But I don't know how they keep employing Eli Apple. I don't know how much more of this guy you have to see to just get rid of him. I thought it was funny. I'm pretty sure the mayor of Kansas City clapped back. Something like that. So that was pretty cool. But Bengals wise, keep it short and sweet. Bengals wise, I don't feel bad for. Niners fans, I do feel a little bad for.
Yeah, I'm with you. Bengals fans, like you reap what you sow in this one, and you definitely reaped. You definitely sowed a few too many seeds out there that had no chance of coming back. Let's be honest. Like let's not take a famous stadium like Arrowhead and try to rename it after anybody. That's just number one dumb idea. Once the mayor gets involved asking for a paternity test, that's just dumb too. As far as the Niners side of things, I honestly don't feel bad for the Niners, but at the same time, I feel just kind of a little bit of shame for them. Like it's got to be disappointing at this point in time. Just to have been through what you've been through. And if you had just a decent quarterback anytime in the last 5 years, or during your Super Bowl run when you actually were in the Super Bowl, if Emmanuel Sanders doesn't stop on his route, it could be completely different for you. And you don't
for my conspiracy theory that Sanders stopped on the route because everyone gives Jimmy G shit. On the tape, you see him kind of like stutter, and I'm like, "What? What? He has a clean break. Why is he stuttering?"
Yeah, he completely blows it on that route, and then he still only overthrows it by 2 steps. So tell me how Emmanuel Sanders, one of the most athletic receivers out there, could not even make a diving attempt. I don't. Anyways,
at least even this, like against your Cowboys, the Eagles game, right? Everyone's like talking shit about that. Like Gardner mentioned, that ball's 2 feet lower. He catches that ball, and we'll have a whole different conversation.
Yeah. So look, I'll say this though, Niners fans, that feel bad for him just because I did think Brock Purdy had that opportunity now with the injury there to kind of cement himself as that guy for Kyle Shanahan. Now it opens the door back for literally anybody to go into San Francisco, and you have to hear for it. And I just hate hearing about the Niners to begin with in the offseason. So now I have to sit here and listen to the Niners offseason for another 6 months. So that's, I do feel bad in a way, but now I'm really just, you know what? Same situation. Now you reap what you sow.
Fair enough. So Rob talked about doing a brisket, right? I actually am going to debut a Philly cheesesteak style wing dressing. I'm kind of formulating it with onions and peppers and I might put some provolone cheese on it. Like I'll shred some provolone cheese and throw on top of it. I don't know. I'll figure out. It's gonna be a small batch. Like it's gonna be like maybe like 10, 15 wings out of the.
Is it gonna have cheese whiz in it? I feel like it needs to have cheese whiz
No,
in it, right?
no. OG Philly cheesesteaks have provolone. Come on. Cheese whiz is optional. I will have it on the side.
Is this a dry rub?
No, I'm gonna do it. I'm actually gonna grill the. I do grill wings. That's my specialty.
How are you gonna? I guess yeah. How are you gonna turn it into a liquid to put it on the wing skin? This is the part I'm curious about.
I'll make a roux with onions and peppers inside of it, like that go on the Philly cheesesteak, and then I'll actually shred some provolone into the roux to like kind of give it that like the base. So almost like a Parmesan garlic with a little more of a smoky feel to it, I guess.
Spicy feel. Okay.
I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna see how it works. I'm only gonna do like 15 wings, and like there's only like 50 people coming.
Try it before you're edible.
What?
So try it before you're edible.
Oh no! The edible happens at halftime when I need to like keep my anxiety under wraps. The whiskey does me good during the pregame.
You need to try it before the edible to see if it's actually good, and then if you like it, try it after the edible and see how much better it is. Because you might be like, this is a good 8.3, but the edible might make it like a 9.4.
Or like maybe it's a 6 by itself, and then all of a sudden with the edible, you're like, oh man, this is a 10. It's a maybe you throw cheese whiz on it, and it's all of a sudden a 10.
You see Hi Jared like with
the last time I was on an edible, I think I made Cajun mac and cheese with andouille sausage. My specialty. My Cajun rub is like my friends actually have asked me for the recipe. I don't give it out because my Cajun rub actually is like I researched it. I've done well with it. I actually make good Cajun. Okay. I've been to New Orleans. I've been to Louisiana. I know how you make it. I know the correct way to do it. I actually asked a chef I'm like, how do you make good Cajun rub? Because up here ain't nothing in the Northeast. There ain't no good Cajun, right? Everyone just sprinkles the fucking McCormick Cajun on it and calls it Cajun. It's not.
The only places up here that you're going to find Cajun at is if there's literally a restaurant with the name in it, and you already know if it has the name in it, it's probably
no. You need someone with like a French sounding name.
No.
Cajun?
No. Pause. No. I stay away from the French sounding names until you get into the Louisiana area. Then you can go all the French sounding names you want to. But no, stay away from the French sounding names unless you're in in Louisiana proper.
I hope when we and you get to meet finally face to face, you get to try my Cajun cooking. Because I actually do a good job of it. I try to stay true. I try to stay good.
I respect the opportunity.
Listen, like my Cajun chicken is like my friends like look forward to it at holidays. They're like I do a Cajun chicken bake over some rice with some andouille sausage chopped up on top. They look forward to that shit. I even try to get a hold of gator meat. You can't find that shit that much up here. I tried to find it.
I can get you some.
I bet. Like, listen, like I'll take some. If you can freeze it and send it up here, I'll fucking cook that shit.
There's actually a place you can order it from. My family does it all the time.
Text me that shit seriously, because like as much as like it's my favorite animal, the gator meat's fucking delicious. I love that shit. All right, Maddie, Niners, Chiefs, send us out. Are you defending either of them? You shitting on both of them? What's the good word?
Oh, I'm not. I'm shitting on the Bengals, and I'm not shitting on the Niners. Niners, I genuinely feel bad for because I understand what it's like not to know who your quarterback's going to be the next year, every single year. But the Bengals, I don't feel bad for. We talked about. They literally asked. They were like, "Please beat us. We own you. Beat us," and they did. And now they're like, "Whoa, you weren't supposed to do that. We're supposed to be 4-0. This is Burrowhead." So I don't feel bad for the Bengals, but the Niners, I sincerely do feel bad for them.
Fair enough. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate you stopping by. Once again, next Thursday, we will have our Super Bowl show. A few special guests coming on. We're going to try to do a 2-hour show, hour and 45. We're trying to make it long, nice, and good for y'all to enjoy it. Myself, Matt, and Mason will all be back. We may have a few guests from Craft Brew Sports, maybe some guests from High Low Sports, Sports Scramble. You don't know. I'm going to be planning that this weekend. I'm going to have all of our contacts. I'm going to be texted out to all my friends and family all the guests of this show, even if they're not on, I want to pick out of them. We're going to do the board, and also we're going to reveal what the final standings before the game are and what the rules are for who's going to win Pick Challenge. It's basically down to me, and Matt Mason kind of fucked himself in Wild Card Weekend. It's okay, though. He tried his best. We appreciate us on by Kelsey. Where can we find you and DJ's amazing content?
Yeah, you can always check us out every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern time over at High-Low Sports, at high_low_sports on Twitter, at High-Low Sports on everything else. We go live on YouTube, Instagram, or YouTube, Facebook, you name it, we're there. So check us out there every Wednesday, 8 p.m. Or if you want to catch our audio-only version, you download that wherever you get your podcast. Thursday morning, 6 a.m., we go live. So be sure to check that out. And yeah, just like Jared, we got ourselves a nice little Super Bowl show planned next week. So be sure to stay tuned for that. We might surprise some people with the guests we get on.
Hey, there we go. Also, y'all just had y'all like, honestly, I look forward to watching your Wednesday show. It's one of those shows, like, unlike where Craft Brew, I got to be on the comment section trying to like outdo people. I just listen to y'all show. I do whatever the fuck I'm doing. I actually enjoy y'all talking. So it's something I appreciate. By the way, if you don't know where to find them, if you forget what their podcast is, I always retweet and share their shit on my personal Facebook, on my Twitter, on my Instagram. Like, I'm not man on Instagram. I don't go on Instagram enough anymore. That's kind of Matt's forte. But listen, High-Low Sports, great show. They've had me on before. I actually filled in for Kelsey once. It was actually a good time with DJ. One of their few one of the few guest hosts. But folks, we appreciate you stopping by. We will see you guys for Thursday. I will let you know how the wings come out. You all have a great weekend. Anybody Northeast or even on the East Coast, it's gonna get fucking cold. It's supposed to be -7 tomorrow night. So up here. So and my buddy's like, yo, let's go bar hopping. I'm like, what in the Montana is happening right now? Either way, ladies and gentlemen, enjoy your weekend off. Enjoy your Pro Bowl weekend, I guess. I don't fucking know. I'm gonna watch the college all-star games in my off time. And I'm gonna go eat some. I think my dad made some weird crock pot cranberry chicken. I don't fucking know. I'll give it a shot, see what happens. But either way, shout out to our sponsors, Candips and EatsOfficial.com. Promo codes are Corner Booth for Geeks Official and Belly 20 for Candips. We appreciate you stopping by. And shout out to Josh from Rising to the Occasion. You can find him at Rising to the Occasion on Twitter and Instagram, and I believe TikTok. I can't remember. Either way, he's a cool dude. Love his shit. Love their show. We will see you guys on Monday for our first part of our Super Bowl preview show. Oh, it's going to be a good time. Mason will be back also. Peace.